Peace, everybody, peace. Where my husband at? Is he still in his car? Yes, he is. That shit loud.
I gotta tag a nigga. I gotta put his name in the too.
No, when you share it, it should automatically let him know you shared whatever he tagged you. Alright, so sorry for the loud noise. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. I gotta get a tire fixed, so making this live. In the meantime, I'm actually about to go sit off here in the corner and play my tuning forks real quick because I got a little conversation I want to have with y'all. Real quick. 1 second. As y'all see, I've been working on this body. But, this is 528 hertz tuning fork. Ooh. I want to play a little. It heals all the DNA in your body. Just by listening to this, it's going to help you feel better. It always helps me feel better. Hopefully y'all can hear it over the outside. That's 528 hertz. It heals all the DNA in your body. Hey, Shauna. Hey, Shauna. You can also look up 528 on 528 hertz videos on YouTube. I just had to clear some of that energy because I've already am having a trying emotional day, but I know it's just teaching me growth. It's teaching me perseverance. A lot of my gifts have been coming online, and it's a little overwhelming when I don't really have a spiritual support system. I don't have a regular support system. It's just me and my husband. My sisters are not, they're not there yet. So I've really just been working to find that peace within myself. As I've been saying, I really have transformed my life a lot in the last 4 or 5 years. But this last year and a half has been heavy. It's been on my ass. Like, it's been some healing I never thought I would have to do. Isolation in ways I never thought I was going to have to isolate myself. And it is trying. Like, it is really, it's nothing easy about it. It's a decision I have to constantly make on a daily basis because I watch so many people just fall to the wayside, you know, and we have so many trauma responses, and it takes a lot of accountability, vulnerability to really face those things you've been burying for who knows how long. Like, I'm 25, so I've uncovered so many things throughout my life that's like, damn, I didn't even recognize it's affecting me like this. You know, just really healing my inner child. And through healing that inner child, I have been sticking up for myself in ways that I could have never imagined. I mean, like, literally in ways I could never imagine. Like, I grew up in an abusive household, you know, like my parents are spiritual, and however you want to call that, but I really believe that the work we do on the physical also feeds into the work we do on the spiritual. You can't have one without the other. And recognizing that a lot of the decisions adults made for me that put me in a lot of the circumstances that I've had to learn, heal from, and recognize is due to their own selfishness, due to them not, healing themselves in the ways that they should have been and need to do. So I'm really trying to set an example for my sisters, for my, I don't really have any friends, but, for my peers, for the people online, because I know this shit it's not easy. Like, it's really not. And you have to constantly choose this. Like, I had to cut off my mother because our choices are just no longer aligning, and my blindfold has been lifted, and I really see people for exactly who they are. And sometimes it is hard. Sometimes I find myself wishing that certain things weren't revealed to me because of how hard and lonely it is working through these emotions, working through these responses. Like, it is very taxing on the body, it's taxing on the mind. And I'm so thankful that I have my husband, because if I did not have that man, oh my God. For one, I don't know if I even would have been revealed to certain things. Like, I really think the fact that he's been in my life, I needed that support, because I probably wouldn't have been able to go through having the eyes that I have now by myself, because that's just how heavy that shit really is. Like, this shit is not for the weak. Everybody wants to glorify having an awakening. Everyone wants to glorify being woke. But if you really woke, if you really not had an awakening, you recognize how hard that shit is. And yes, it is beautiful. Yes, I'm so grateful. Yes, I would not want to change anything, but it's still hard. And I am allowed to grieve my old life. I am allowed to grieve family and friends. People think when you're healed, it's all happy-go-lucky, peace, love, and light. Hell no, it gets dark. I mean, let me tell you, it gets dark. Support is necessary, and we have to support one another. And it's like genuine support. Like, that genuine support is very hard to come by, and I recognize that I do give out a lot of that support, and I finally have started to attract others that genuinely do pour into me, whether I'm, genuinely pour into me. And I'm so grateful for those that I have met online that do genuinely pour into me, but the road of self-awareness and self-love is a lonely one. And everybody has to go through that path alone. Like, you really can't even take nobody with you. Of course, you can, talk to people about it, and people might relate, but each of our path to self-awareness is different. Like, it is different. And just because it get hard does not mean you give up. And learning to establish those boundaries within my family dynamics has been harder than establishing boundaries in my romantic relationships. Like, I never recognized the hold my family had over me until I wasn't around them as much, until I didn't talk to them on the phone as much as I was. Like, me and my mom used to talk every day. Like, I really had to take a whole break from her, because I just recognized, like, wow, this woman has a hold on me, a hold that is not a healthy hold. And it's like, I recognize in certain aspects she has done what she felt was her best, but it does not mean that it was actually the best, And I hold my parents to a different standard than most, just because of the pedestal that they like to place themselves on. And I recognize that just because they place themselves on those pedestals doesn't mean I have to. Doesn't mean that I have to uphold a false image or illusions. I don't have to do that, because that does not have to be my story. That does not have to be my path. And that's why I'm so thankful that I started my business, because in reality, Sassy Side has saved me. Like, it really had me looking at what I really valued, looking at my foundation, and what is it that I really want out of this life. And it ain't money. It's not money. It's real, genuine support. It's real care. It's real love. And I want to feel that for myself. I want my community to feel that. Family are beyond crazy, but it goes beyond just your normal toxic shit. Like, especially in the Black community, we are abusive. Period. We are abusive. We like to belittle. We like to shame. We like to lie. We like to cover up. And How are we ever going to attract our dream life if we continue to live in that energy? We never will. If you never decide to step into transparency, honesty, respect, accountability, you are never, ever going to attract your dream life. Because whatever it is you attract is false. What real weight is it holding when inside you're a fraud? And that's something I don't ever want to be. Broke or not, people gonna know. So I've been real from the jump. Like, I don't play that shit at all. I'm 100% honest about anything and everything. And I feel like that's probably why a lot of people, they probably don't even like talking to me, because people don't like being faced with the truth on a day-to-day. People love a lie. People love to be coddled. People love for people to just make them feel good. And I'm beyond those outside gratifications. Beyond that. I've elevated past outside things. So that only hold but so much weight for me anymore. That's why I'm so big on not trying to save face online in certain aspects. Like, if I don't have the energy, I just don't have the energy, because there's a lot of shit I be battling that people don't know about. Period. And it's not even that it's people's business, and not even that I have a problem sharing, but it's like shit gets heavy. And a lot of people aren't facing their own demons. So why am I going to share mine with y'all? We need to have a community of we're facing these demons together. Period. We need to have a community of where we are consistently uplifting one another, consistently supporting one another in ways that none of us have ever known what support is like. I am a Virgo sun, Aquarius moon, Gemini rising. And Virgos is not many like me, because they like to think they're right about everything. And as soon as I realized, no, you are not, everything started opening up. I love learning. I love experiencing. I love experiencing life in the ways that it teaches me. Period. Like, I feel like a lot of Virgos have just gotten caught up in thinking they just, could be judgmental. Oh, you think you know what's best. And a lot of my elevation, now I'm starting to know what is best. Now I have better answers, but even still, everybody's path is different. Everybody's path is different. And we all have to recognize and be humble to those that have faced demons that we have not had the courage to face. Period. A lot of people feel like, oh, well, how would you know? And how did it is? But shit, experience and spirit will teach you a lot. It will teach you a ton. And I'm grateful and thankful that I have been humble to the lessons and the things that I have been shown, so that I can continue to help my community, so that I can attract my soul tribe, so that I can attract my real family. Because blood don't mean nothing outside of the experiences that we had to learn coming into this realm. Period. Outside of that, they ain't gotta die with you. They ain't gotta be in your life 24/7. That's a spot that has to be earned. It is not some shit that needs to just be given. It's not. Cause it's like, we be out here giving people spots in our life that ain't earned a damn thing. We been the ones just, I promise to God, y'all, if you decide to isolate yourself, you'll see how much relationships you've been the only one upholding. And when I recognize that, damn. When I decide to not call nobody after a couple days, I don't hear from them. When I decide to not pull up, and it's their turn to pull up, they don't come. Damn. So all this time, I've been keeping up with relationships, and when I was the only one really putting in the work, people just getting support and living off my back, my energy. Not no more. And that's why I am working to charge for my advice, working to charge for my energy, because I recognize that if you're not going to give me the same energy back, at least I could get your money. And that'll help me do the community work that I need to continue to do, because that's always my focus. Like I said yesterday in my live, I'm not here for self-gratification. I am here to heal myself, to help others heal themselves. Period. And if enough of us don't have the same mindset, this world will continue to fall in demise, because that's why it's happening right now. Because everybody's started this me shit. Everybody being selfish. We're never going to get anywhere if you just worried about yourself to the extent that it just involves you. How that work? So I recognize that my purpose is much bigger than me. And it started with me, so I can help others recognize their purpose, so we could come together and make some shit shake. Because the shit that I'm into, the shit that I'm doing, this world has never seen before. At least not in this day and age. Our generation has never seen before the things that I'm trying to do, the things that I'm working to manifest, the healing that I go through on a day-to-day. I don't know nobody that does the work that I do. I don't, and I continue to do this work so that I would attract those people, because I know there's people out there that's doing the work, but we're so far and few, and we feel so alone. And a lot of times, and we got to look past that shit. It's okay to feel alone. But spirit is always with you. Your ancestors are always with you. And you never know who is rooting for you. You never know who is watching. So we have to keep our head up. We got to keep showing up for ourselves. And we have to love ourselves. We have to hold ourselves accountable. We have to respect ourselves. Period. And I touch on a little bit of this, how to start some of these things in my ebook. That's why I tagged it in the description, because, a lot of us don't even know where to start, and I'm blessed that I was able to, put a few things together to help guide all of us. Because like I said, I still read it. I still go back and to use those tools because they are valuable tools. And we all need somebody to remind us of our greatness. And somebody to help push us when we don't have nobody else to push us. So that's what I do it for. That's why I do what I do. So I appreciate y'all listening. I'm about to get off. I just had to really get some shit off my chest, my spirit. You having to let me know, shit got to get said. And I will continue to do the work. And those that are ready to do the work, you know where to find me. So peace, love, and balance. And I hope you all have a blessed Saturday.